Hey guys, what's up? It's Glockbox here, coming at you with a review of the LG OLED gaming monitor. Is it worth the price? Let's go ahead and see in this review. Go ahead, before we start this video, make sure you smash that like and subscribe button. Let's get on to the review. Alright guys, let's go ahead and hop into those tech specs. So first of all, this panel is boasting a 240Hz response panel. So any of those fast frame rate games like Valorant or esports games, you're definitely going to be performing well on this one. As well, paired with that is a 0.03 millisecond response time. So very fast frame rates, very fast response time. You're going to be getting those mouse clicks very easily. Third of all, you're getting that OLED, crisp OLED panel. So you get the benefits of a VA panel with the dark blacks, the extremely dark blacks on this one with the infinite contrast rate, as well as the response time of a TA panel, which is usually used for competitive gaming as well. And just to kind of compare and contrast what an OLED panel is versus some of these other panels, basically this panel doesn't have a backlight and each pixel is individually lit. So you get that high contrast rate and extremely fast response times. Alright, so let's go over how this monitor is to use. So in day-to-day performance, it's an extremely good monitor with a very high color, so if you're just browsing or surfing the web, it's definitely going to be good for that. Overall, the text fringing has not been terrible. I've heard that text fringing on OLED monitors is up or down, but I haven't noticed anything with it. And the one thing that has been difficult is with a Mac, if you're using a Mac, this does not have USB-C pass-through, so we have to have a dongle here. Other than that, the most use case is likely you're going to be plugging this into a gaming PC, which this thing is a gaming beast. Basically, you're going to be hitting those CSGO, Valorant, any esport flicks, anything you need this to do in a Valorant game. Not going to guarantee you that it's going to increase your skill, but it will definitely get your KD up, maybe just that little more. It'll definitely put you at an edge against those other competitors. So, as I was saying, this monitor boasts a 240Hz, very slick and fast refresh rate. And you might be wondering, why would I get this monitor compared to maybe a 480Hz or even 540Hz that they're offering on the market right now? Basically, this having an OLED panel, unless you're comparing it to maybe something with ultra low motion blur or something like that, and even those products aren't necessarily great and they're still coming along, basically this thing is going to have less fringing, it's going to be very fast with those response times, and overall just be a great monitor. Even though some of those other panels might have a faster response time, it's going to have less pixel lag and less grayscale, artifacting, etc. Just because this monitor can actually keep up with the refresh rate as well as the panel type suits the very fast response times. So you're not going to get any of those artifacts or any of the fringing that happens with some of these other monitors that boast this high refresh rate and aren't necessarily made for this perfect case. So this monitor also boasts a 27-inch diagonal length. Pretty much it's a little bit bigger than your standard normal competitive size monitor. That's the only, I would say, disadvantage. So if you're kind of not really looking to get in that ultra wide game and you just want something standard, this is going to be your best option for the OLED version of that monitor. And a lot of people aren't necessarily looking to get an ultra wide because the competitive scene you end up just having with black bars on the side, and that's not really necessary. The only problem is there's not really demand for a 24-inch monitor in the OLED space yet, just because of supply chain issues and other problems along those lines. So this is the panel that you're going to get right now, but maybe down the line there will be a 24-inch monitor, and if that's what you're looking for, then I'd probably wait a little longer to get LG's version of the 24-inch Pro. Moving on to I/O, this monitor's I/O is pretty good, but honestly it doesn't meet what a $1,000 monitor should with I/O. It's got a display port, 2 HDMIs, a USB pass-through with a printer hub USB hookup, and it's got an optical audio and a aux out, excuse me. And pretty much this is not going to be, it's going to meet most of your needs for the gaming PC, but at the same time, if you're a laptop enthusiast and you want to hook up your laptop, if you have USB-C pass-through or anything like that, this is not going to charge your laptop. You're going to have another dongle or another adapter, when a lot of other monitors in these price ranges end up having those high-end features, which honestly this should have. It's got the LEDs, the RGB that you would expect to see in a lot of these high-end gaming monitors, but at the same time it's lacking some of those really premium features that really would be very helpful in those situations. So now moving on to the monitor stand itself, this offers horizontal adjustability, vertical adjustability, so you can twist it and turn it any of these ways here. I'll just do a little demonstration. So you got tilt and your vertical up and down. And this is also VESA compatible, so any cheap VESA mount that you want to put it on, it probably will support. It's a pretty lightweight monitor as well. Just make sure you look at those standards before you buy the VESA mount and make sure this can fit on there. So this monitor comes with a remote that you can toggle the menu with. The menu overall is pretty decent, especially compared to some other monitors. LG usually does a pretty good job with their menus. When I first plugged in the monitor though, the menu wasn't available through these buttons here. Some of these extra options like configuring the audio, different channels, etc. And one also thing to note, this does not have external or speakers within the monitor, so if you try to adjust the volume, you're going to have to plug something either into your aux cord, or if your laptop or PC has their own speakers, they're going to be run through there and not necessarily through this monitor itself. One interesting thing to note about this monitor is when we actually got it out of the box, it came with the accessibility features on, which is actually very helpful for people who may be visually impaired or may be seeking a monitor coming right out of the box with without having to get someone else to maybe configure a setting so it's immediately usable. So super helpful, and good job LG on that. Let's go ahead and hit the cost of performance on this baby. So this monitor is going to cost you around $996 and maybe on a good sale around $900. Is this beast worth that price? I'm going to answer probably honestly no. I'd probably wait till it got down to maybe around the $700, $600 price range. It's still a great monitor, and it's still, if you're looking for that very competitive edge and you need the best technology right this second, I would definitely recommend getting it, but otherwise I'd probably look into something along the ultra-wide OLED area if you're really trying to get the best. Maybe the newer Samsung 32:9 ultra-wide OLED or the Odyssey G8, something along those lines if you're really looking for the best of the best and trying to get the most bang for your buck there. Otherwise, it's still a great monitor, maybe not worth that full $1,000 price threshold. Otherwise, you're still getting those great colors, the great refresh rates. It is going to put you at an edge against a lot of other players. It's just going to give you an overall great experience no matter what laptop or computer you're using here. So one of the downsides with OLED is that it could possibly have something called burn-in, where basically if you're showing the same colors on the screen at the same time, something with like a HUD or like a Windows menu or the Apple dock or something along those lines, you're going to get those icons maybe burning in or those logos burning in on your screen. And that's definitely a concern. So LG is actually offering a 2-year warranty that will be matched within normal use. Pretty much if you get burned in with the first 2 years, they will likely cover the damage effects that it has on this monitor. So definitely keep that in mind. It's a possibility that it could happen, but if you're interested in learning about LG burn-in or OLED burn-in overall, definitely do some more research before you buy any OLED monitor, and maybe look into some other technologies like mini LED or other LED technologies. So overall, what do I think of this monitor? Should you buy it or should you wait and get something else? I would say that this would be a good monitor if you're looking for something that's not an ultra-wide OLED and you're really trying to get in the competitive gaming area with the high refresh rate and you really just want that OLED or mini LED kind of experience with the real contrast and real blacks. Otherwise, I'd probably hold off and wait, as newer technology is coming down the line and this might not be worth that full price tag of $996. Overall, definitely still a good monitor, but if you really didn't want to wait, definitely buy it, but otherwise I would just hold off. So to conclude here, pretty much I would say this monitor is probably a hold. I wouldn't buy this right now. I'd probably wait till some better technology comes out. It's a great monitor, it's got a really great refresh rate, but I feel like the price doesn't necessarily match that performance here. If you absolutely need something and you really want that OLED while you're still getting that top gaming specs as well, which a lot of other monitors don't have unless you're getting ultra wide, this might be a good bridge between, but there's likely stuff coming down the line, especially more in the competitive gaming market, and you might get something like 360 Hz or a 24-inch monitor, so it might suit your size needs better, might suit your refresh needs, and a lot of other needs might be met. This is just a good go-between monitor if you really wanted to bridge that gap right now and upgrade. Otherwise, definitely hold off. Thank you guys for watching this review of the LG UltraGear monitor. Really appreciate you tuning in today. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for Should I Buy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.